So welcome back, guys, to another vlog. Just vanning it. We've had a good week. Hope you've had a good week. We've had a good week. We're busy planning our next journey heading south, but we thought we'd take this time out to do this vlog on pros and cons of working on the road, especially for Sue, because Sue works on the road. So I thought I'd get her involved in this one. We had a good idea to go outside and do it somewhere under the tree, but it is absolutely stinking hot out there. So we thought we'll do it in Sue's workspace. So yeah.
Well, welcome to my office. This is where I am, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I suppose we can start with what I actually do. So I am a resourcing partner for a health insurance company, and what I do is I find and attract and onboard talent for the company on a national basis. So the majority of my team work from Brisbane and Melbourne. I work from the caravan pretty much anywhere we're parked in Australia, and all of our processes are essentially online or remote. So the majority of the day is spent obviously managing attraction or talent strategies, doing phone screens, which are over the phone, interviews, which we do via video interviews. So we use MS Teams, Skype, Zoom, pretty much any tools we have available to us to allow us to interact with candidates remotely. I meet with stakeholders over video, so my stakeholders again sit across the entire of Australia. So it doesn't really matter if I'm sat in Brisbane or whether I'm on a beach in South Australia. I'm still able to interact with my stakeholders online. I meet with my team daily, again online, so we all get together, we all touch base. It keeps us sort of across where we're at work-wise, and it's always a good social connection as well, to keep me sort of connected to the team. I am really supported by my employer, but I have to say that the actual nature of the business, being a national business, really helps support allowing me to travel nationally, because my stakeholders aren't all in one place anyway. As mentioned, it's a full-time gig. I work 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, and full-time, so 38 hours a week in total. In terms of the pros, what it allows us to do is it finances our travel, it finances our trip. So we manage to keep our houses, and we've rented them out, and they pretty much cover themselves on a financial front. But the income I earn from working actually finances our day-to-day costs of living. So accommodation, travel, fuel.
Everything, really. Everything.
Food, and also entertainment. So it's quite good that we've managed to keep our assets, and they're sort of ticking away. We didn't have to sort of give any of them up. And the other thing that it allows us is that there's no real end date to our trip, because we don't have a fixed amount that we have to travel with, because the income comes in every month. So for as long as I'm blessed to have this job that allows me to work remotely, we'll be able to hopefully continue our travels.
And just on that note, sorry to jump in. So Sue works full time. Yes, I did leave my job to travel, but I really wanted to concentrate. I have said this before in a few videos back that I'm busy just doing a photography thing, and I'm trying to get into that sort of thing. It's something that I've really connected with to do. I really want to do. So taking the time out and be able to travel in different destinations and take photos has been awesome. So I'm growing on that. So I'm not just sitting back doing nothing. And also I do the vlogging on the YouTube channel full time. Now if there's any other YouTubers out there that are watching this, you know how much time it goes into it. So I just thought I'd drop that in. I'm not just sitting around drinking beer.
You'd love to be sitting around drinking
but
beer.
It's not quite like that.
No, but the great thing is it is allowing Derek to build up a portfolio, because it does take a lot of time. So the other thing that's great about it is obviously with the traveling, my office could be in the van, it could be
on a beach,
provided there's reception.
Yeah.
So one of the big challenges with working on the road is that wherever we are, we have to have reception to allow me to work. So that limits where we can go, and when we can go. And because I'm working full time, and essentially I need to be in one place for 8 hours, it really slows down the travel. So we tend to spend Monday to Friday in one spot, which is comfortable, that has power to power all.
We can do it off grid, but Sue works all the time, and it's not really nice to sit in the van if there's no aircon, there's no breeze or anything like that. It can get quite uncomfortable. So we try and make sure that wherever we're going, we try and book ahead, like look ahead, weather-wise, all that kind of stuff, and we try and weigh it up. We can do a free camp on the beach somewhere for a week. Well, you've got to give the nice views up for an aircon, for instance. So we've got fans and stuff that we use, and we open all the windows. We have done it a fair few times on the road. It hasn't been a problem, but we try and make sure Sue's comfortable, because you can
it's a long day if you're not comfortable. And the other thing that's really sort of great is we can still travel during the week. We just have to do it either very early morning before work, or alternatively we have to do it after I clock off for the day.
Now that's the tricky one, because caravan parks or showgrounds, I believe you can get away a little bit with showgrounds, I think, but caravan parks want you out by, I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning, but you can only arrive at, I think, 12 o'clock onwards, or sometimes only 2 o'clock at a caravan park. So if we leave early and our next destination's only an hour away, we've got to look for a car park to park up in, so Sue can get to work, and then we just sit around, the police come past, ask what you're doing, you just say, I'm not camping, I'm waiting to go into this place. Or if you left after work, well, that's after, then the caravan park will charge you for another day. That's a big one. That's quite, it's not frustrating, because, well, it is what it is, but
you got to
sometimes we do call up ahead and go, can we come in early? And they go, mate, and then I think we've been charged $10 extra just for that, like, extra 2-3 hours early, which we're happy to pay that. It's just that that becomes the hard part.
So Derek has sat in a gravel pit on the side of the road with me for 8 hours while I've worked my work day before we can actually travel on.
That is generally just up, sort of travelling up to the Northern Territory. So Stewart Highway, they've got these roadhouses every like 100 or 200 k's, and they seem to have like Wi-Fi, and there's a little coffee shop or something. So we'll pull up around the back, and Sue will work 8 hours, and I'll leave the car hitched, and that's where we are for 8 hours, and got to sit outside, and I'll talk to some travellers going past or something. But it's only happened about, I think, 3 or 4 times that we wanted to travel to get somewhere for something specific. So it's tricky.
The other big one that's a huge talking point is obviously connection, Wi-Fi, but I'll let Derek chat about that, because that's his bag, and he's responsible for making sure that I've got Wi-Fi.
So we use an app called Wikicamps. Most people in Australia now use it. I think it's a once-off fee of $10, and I think it works offline as well. So we use that. It's got some filters there that you can put. So we got dogs, and then I think there's 2 options for internet. There's Telstra and Other. Other will be Optus, Vodafone, or something like that, I think. I'm not sure. So we've got a Telstra dongle that we use. So I'll click on that one Monday to Friday, and I try and work around that. Now, we have put a Cellfire Go booster in the ute, which was like $1,000. I'll drop a little link in the top now when I installed it. I've had it checked. I've met people on the road that have also got Cellfire Go units, and if you ask me, I wouldn't spend $1,000 again. You hear of people going, put a Cellfire booster in. We've been to some wiki camps that have stated there's Telstra. You get there and there's just no Telstra. If there's no signal, the Cellfire Go is no go. So I don't actually see you need signal to boost signal. So if you've got signal, you should have internet. It'll boost a weak signal that'll make it a little bit faster. But in our opinion, on 10 months or 11 months working on the road, I don't know if I can trust it anymore, to be honest with you. I think it's an absolute waste of money. We did look at the satellite internet. It's far too expensive. It's like $4 a meg or something. I don't even know. It's ridiculous. So
now I'd be paying to work if we had satellite.
Yeah. So what we try and do is, we actually call up ahead to ask if there's a Telstra. We've also got Optus. Optus worked up the centre on the Stewart Highway really well. Telstra didn't. Generally along the coast, it's been okay. It's just been. You see these beautiful free camps, and we love our free camping. And you get there, and it says it's got Telstra, and it's got no Telstra. And then Sue's in a panic. We're starting to panic. And we were shuffling around going, where's the nearest caravan park? You end up paying $50 a night because, a caravan park will generally have internet. Now, this has only happened
5-6 times in a year?
No, I reckon Wiki Camps say we've stayed at 97 camps in the first year we've been travelling. I reckon if it's happened 15 times, but it's crucial because Sue's got to work, you know.
And that's why we do have to allow extra travel time now, because if we do get to a destination that says it has signal and it doesn't, we then need the time to get to the next one before I start work.
Yeah.
So
that's the outgo of it. Telstra reckon they're the best in the country, which we feel they are pretty good.
Yeah.
But I've seen some billboards saying, take Telstra camping with you.
Well, as you said, you have to have at least 1 bar of signal for the booster to boost it to maybe 2
or 3
at a push. So what'll happen is you'll have a slightly faster connection, but that's exactly it. You'd have a connection anyway.
Sue doesn't need the fastest internet either.
No.
It's emails, it's video calls, and sometimes they don't have to be on a video. You can just have be listening into a Zoom call or a Skype or whatever they use.
You can dial in at worst case scenario.
Yeah. So it's we're not even searching for. We can't watch Netflix. Believe me, I'd rather be sitting outside watching this the Milky Way, having a chat with Sue.
You certainly wouldn't be streaming or anything.
No. But that's that, guys. Really, that's one of the hardest things here.
Yeah. The other thing that can be quite tricky, and again, it's only when it's with regards free camping, is the power supply.
But
you've put in.
We put in lithium. We did the lithium upgrade on the van, so we've got an inverter. The inverter runs all our laptops and our camera gear, and fans, and we got 480 watts of solar, I think, on the roof. Which, it's definitely sorted that out. Like, if you want to work on the road and you want to do more free camping and stuff, I'd say that definitely the go would be lithium because it's lighter, it lasts longer, it charges quicker. I'm no auto electrician, but I think that's how it all works. So.
And that's the converter that powers up basically the phones and the laptop, which is all I need.
Yeah.
And the dongle.
I will say, we've got this little pay-as-you-go dongle. I think we paid $100 for it. It's got the SIM card in it. Now, I have heard that the Nighthawk, I think it's $500, works way better. Now, I don't know how because it still needs to grab its signal from the booster, but I do believe it's stronger in terms of signal strength or something, because this little dongle was only $100. So I'm still looking into that, to be honest, and hopefully maybe I can spend $500 and everything will work perfectly. And how good would that be?
But we've managed to work around it, so that's really good.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we're getting to see the country. So we've only ever lived in Brisbane in the 6.5 years that we've been in Australia, and being able to work on the road is really letting us see beautiful places across the country that we otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to see. And you never know, you might come across somewhere that you pull up and you just think, this is for us, this is the place that we want to live for the rest of our lives. So the opportunities outweigh, or the pros outweigh the cons. Yeah, the cons are just like little, you got to be a little bit more planned and stuff. Like, anyone could do it depending on what. We've actually met another person, I think she was a full-time accountant on the road, I can't remember her name, and she's also got a Cell-Fi-Go. The last, I think we bumped into her in just outside the NT and then back up in the NT. So there's all ways to make money on the road. I don't make a fortune on YouTube. It would never be able to cover our costs of travel in the country, but it's starting to get there where I can cover a few tanks of diesel a month, which will be good, so we can start getting a little bit more out there. This year around we're hoping to do a little bit more the beach camping and stuff. That's why we put the rooftop tent on, the awning. We've set the ute up a little bit more. The ute goes in on Monday for a new suspension. It's just a bit saggy now after 11 months of travel, so we had to do it. It's a safety thing as well. So that gets done, and then we're back on the road and we can't wait.
Sue's going to carry on working. I'm going to
I'll
carry
be
on.
working. I'll be here in my office 8 hours a
And if
day.
you see us coming along, hit us a wave or a little toot. That's always good.
And always enjoy meeting other travellers, so don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine with you.
So guys, that's it for this short little vlog on Sue's working on the road and the pros and cons really, and how we work around it. We've been in Brisbane for 6 weeks. Unfortunately, we've sorted our rental property out. We've had a few things on the go in the background. We're getting the suspension done on Monday. We're packing up and we're heading off. And I think we're heading off straight towards the Great Ocean Road, and pick up almost from where we actually started our lap, because that's when the first COVID hit. So we're actually going to go back. We're going to do the Great Ocean Road, and then we're going to head on to South Australia. We're going to cover more of the coastline now in summer, and we've got a couple of little activities planned with the rooftop tent that I can't wait for. And yeah, we hope to meet some new friends and families on the road this year. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it from us this week.
Travel safe. Looking forward to see you out there.
Yeah, enjoy the week, guys. If you enjoy the content, hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.